Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing with you all how to make a very simple and amazing curry dish. Now this was not made with a split pea flour or powder as you're accustomed to. It's made with fresh split peas. So if you'd like to see how to make this, keep watching. So here I have my split peas that I soaked overnight. I'm doing this recipe because a lot of you told me you can't find the flour or the powder. So once you've soaked your peas overnight, you're going to place it into your blender and you're going to fill it to cover it with water. Next, blend into a thin paste or blend it to the consistency you would like, but you don't want it too chunky because you don't want it to feel gritty when you're eating it. So once it's at that consistency, we're going to pour about a half to a cup aside in a bowl because we'll need to make our boulders. So for the one that we set aside in the bowl, we're going to go in with minced garlic and turmeric powder, green seasoning, give it a mix, and I'll need to add some flour to this because it's very thin, right? So I'm adding in all-purpose flour. If you wanted to make this gluten-free, you can add in a gluten-free flour. So add in your flour and mix it in. You're looking for a thick batter. Now I'm adding in some salt since I forgot to put salt, and I'm going to continue to mix. You guys see the consistency of this? This is how you want it to look. So if it's too thin, just add some more flour, and you'll notice I did not put any yeast or baking powder. It's supposed to be heavy, that's why it's called boulders. That's why you wouldn't put any yeast or baking powder. So to the rest of the dal mixture, I placed some water. Now I'm going to go into my pan with some oil, add in methi or fenugreek seeds, and allow that to toast until it's dark brown in color. Once it's dark brown, you're going to go in with some chopped onions and pimento peppers and saute until tender and light brown in color. Next, I'm going to go in with some minced garlic and cook that out until it's light brown in color. Now we're gonna go in with our turmeric powder, and if you wanted to put some curry powder in this, you can. I don't put curry powder when I'm making curry, so it's a personal preference. So feel free to add some if you wanted to. Let that toast for about 20 to 30 seconds. After which I'll go in with some green seasoning and mix that in. Next, I'm going to add in some water to help cook out that turmeric further. Just give it a mix and allow it to cook for about 20 to 30 seconds until it starts to thicken. So you see how it has thickened there? Now we're going to go in with our dal mixture. Make sure when you're adding extra liquid to the dal, you follow my instructions, because although it's very watery and it's very thin, as it's cooking down, it gets thick really quickly. So the thinner you make this, the better. So we're going to stir this on a medium heat, and you want to keep stirring it because you don't want it to start to stick at the bottom and burn. And you'll notice how it will go from a watery consistency and it will start looking velvety. And just after 10 minutes, I can see that. So I'm going to continue to stir and allow it to keep cooking. This would take about 20 minutes in total. So it's almost there. Look at that consistency. Now I want to tell you guys, if you're serving this late, you want to leave it as thin as possible. So this is good for me. What I'm going to do is set this aside. Let's prepare the boulders that will go into this curry. So for the boulders, we're going to put in our frying pan oil, on a medium heat, and once the oil comes up to temperature, you're going to drop in your boulders or puree. You're going to fry these until they're golden brown. Now, as I told you guys, I didn't put any leavening agents, but if you wanted to, I would leave the measurement for that in the description box. So once they're nice and golden like this, go ahead and take them out of your oil and drain them properly, and then place them into the Karhee. Mix them in, and you guys notice I didn't add any salt to this at the beginning. I'm going to season it with salt now, and the reason why we're seasoning with salt after it has cooled down a bit is because if you were to salt it or add that salt beforehand, it tends to curdle. So you don't want to do that. If you do that, it will curdle on you. So you guys see how this is thickening up? I'm gonna serve this right away so it's a good consistency. If you're serving this later, add some hot water to it and thin it out, because it's going to get thicker and thicker as it cools. And that's it. Once you taste it and you adjust your salt accordingly, this is now ready to be served. Look how amazing that looks. Look at the color, look at the consistency, just perfect. You don't need the flour or the powder to make Karhee. You can make it with fresh dal. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's recipe. Comment down below and let me know what you think about this recipe. I actually learned this one from my mother-in-law, so thanks to her for this. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.